Hi, this is Dalton
And Garrett.
with Coordinate Geometry.
We're going to show you how it's done. The purpose of this presentation is to teach you the fundamentals of coordinate geometry.
The process is to define the common terms and illustrate the formulas of geometry, also showing you examples.
The payoff is that for the entire class to have a better understanding of coordinate geometry.
The distance formula is the points between x and y and x squared and y, or x2 and y2 in the plane.
We have here 7 minus 1 squared plus 10 minus 2 squared, and you have to square root that all.
Whenever you square root it, you'll get 6 squared plus 8 squared. The answer to that would be 36 plus 64 and a square root sign.
And then what that equals 100, but the square root of 100 is 10, as you must know.
So the answer is D equals 10.
If you look on your sheets, you'll see that the midpoint formula is x1 plus x2 over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 over 2.
Oh yeah, Logan's in this too.
So an example of the midpoint formula would be 1 plus 7 over 2, which would be x1 plus x2. And then for the y's, you'd have 2 plus 10 over 2.
Whenever you do that, the x's would equal 8 over 2, while the y's would equal 12 over 2.
And the answer would be 4, comma 6. That'd be the point.
In problem 5 here, we're finding the x-intercept. Problem is 2y equals x plus 1. What we're going to do is divide both sides by 2. When you divide 2y by 2, you get y. And when you divide x plus 1 divided by 2, you get 1/2 x plus 1/2. Then we'll get y minus 1/2. That equals, and then equals 1/2 x. You divide both of those by negative 1/2. Whenever you divide them both by negative 1/2, you find that the x-intercept is negative 1. So the answer to this problem, number 5, is x equals negative 1.
Right here, we're going to show you how to graph a circle. Okay, so the problem is x squared plus y squared equals 25. Okay, so x squared plus y squared equals 5 squared. And if you rewrite the equation as x squared plus y squared plus equals 5 squared, we will see that this equation is an equation of the circle of radius 5 centered at the origin. It is graphed shown below. So the origin is the middle of the circle, and the radius is 5. So, alright.
In problem 7, the problem is x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 25. What you'd want to do is rewrite the equation as x minus 2 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 5 squared. We see here that this equation of the circle of radius 5 is centered at 2, comma, negative 1. X being 2 and y being negative 1. Quadrants. Quadrants are points in the Cartesian or coordinate plane. In the coordinate plane, quadrant 1 is in the top right, which is whenever you have an x and a y that are both positive. Quadrant 2 is in the top left, and it's when you have a negative x and a positive y. In the Cartesian plane, 3 is in the bottom left, and it's when you have both negative x and y. Quadrant 4 is located on the bottom right, and it's when you have a positive x and a negative y.
It's called coordinate plane, not Cartesian. Also, the bottom right looks like a guy winking at you. The x-coordinate of points where the graph of an equation intersects the x-axis, and that's the x-intercept. As shown in the picture, this is what an x-intercept looks like. Bang. Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah. The x-intercept is the coordinates of is the y-intercept. Sorry, is the coordinates of points where the graph of an equation intersects the y-axis. And in this picture, it illustrates how the curvature of the line creates a y-intercept.
Since plotting points is, kind of a big deal in geometry, I thought you might want to learn it. Right here, if you have x -3 and y -2, you'll see that that point right there is where it'll be. -1 and 0 goes right there. And 1, 2 goes right there. There you have a straight line from the points we have plotted. Symmetry. Symmetry with respect to the x-axis is when the equation is unchanged when y is replaced by negative y. Sorry.
That makes it like a mirror image.
Symmetry is whenever it's a mirror image with each other, and a graph is unchanged when reflected in the x-axis.
Symmetry with respect to the y-axis means that the equation is unchanged when x is replaced by negative x. The geometric meaning of this is the graph is unchanged when reflected in the y-axis.
Symmetry with respect to the origin. The equation is unchanged when x is replaced by negative x and y is replaced by negative y. The geometric meaning to symmetry with respect to the origin is the graph is unchanged when rotated 180 degrees about the origin. Means it'll look the exact same if you rotate it completely. Now you know coordinate geometry. Woo! Woo! Congrats on finally learning how to do coordinate geometry.
I don't know this part.
Either.
Oh, no, this pause. Boys are
Back in town, the boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town.